I am so glad you could drop by this episode of Media Champions. Hi there, it's Mary Treese Griffin in Atlanta. We are excited to have on the program today David Porter with Vodia. He joins us from Massachusetts. David, thanks for being on Media Champions.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, and I love what you do because you help businesses communicate in a whole new way. Let's talk about that.
Well, at Vodia, what we're trying to do is put together a B2B content-driven communications plan. But our challenge is that we also need to reach out in a B2C capacity to drive people back to our resellers. So we kind of alternate back and forth between putting out content that explains to end users the benefits of our system, but we also have to put out a lot of content that the resellers know that we're supporting them and providing them with whatever they need to sell to their customers. So we kind of have our feet in two streams, which is a bit of a challenge, but I think that we've been able to put out a lot of quality content, and we've had a very clear focus with each individual piece of content. And that's kind of helped us sort of manage this kind of bifurcated approach.
What has surprised you the most, David, about your new potential clients and learning about what you offer them on this platform? Because I think it's ingenious. You're helping people to communicate better and more effectively. But if they're not used to a process like this, what surprises you the most about what they don't get about it?
What surprises me the most, and we take great pains to explain this in all of our marketing and in all of our communications, is that our phone system can move you to the cloud in an afternoon with no more wires, reduced downtime, 80% cost reduction, and it enables remote and hybrid work, which is not going away. I mean, if you look at the statistics right now, I think there was just a McKinsey and Company report published last month, and they said that 87% of American workers, and this was a survey of 25,000 people, 87% would take a remote option if it were offered to them, no questions asked. So what we do is we make it so that you can have your entire office telephone system in the cloud. Your employees can use their smartphones as their office extensions. So in other words, anything you could have done at your desk with your phone and from your desktop computer, you can now do from a smartphone anywhere you have a Wi-Fi connection. So what is funny to me is that more people haven't jumped into this yet, because I don't see that there's any downside to what we do. And the best part
Not at all. Not at all.
in terms of I'm sorry. The best part too is that in terms of communication, it's not just a better system for your employees if you're a small business or an enterprise, but it's a better way to manage all of your customer and vendor calls. You can connect with the CRM, right from the app. And there's so many things you can do. You can build call queues. It's almost like a call center in a box. Even if you're not a call center, you can run your telephony for your company like a call center. So you can have queues, callbacks, voicemail, voicemails emailed to you, et cetera, and so forth. Everything you can do with what we call a legacy phone system, we can do all of that and more. So it's a great way to help.
This is so fascinating to me, because coming out of COVID, I imagine that this took off like gangbusters, because we all had to readjust, right? How we were operating during COVID. And when we talk about the changes in technology over the next couple of years, you're my answer, because this is what's happening. This is the change in technology and the trends.
You ever think before COVID that somebody would tell you that they're a call center operator, but they're working from their living room? I mean, who would have thought that? You would have said, oh, you have to be at a desk in front of a computer with a CRM taking calls all day or night, whatever it is. You can actually use your smartphone as a call center extension, which to me is incredible because it's going to reduce your overhead. Let's say you've got a call center with 100 agents, right? They can all work from anywhere, right? And everything feeds into your database and your CRM, and all of that, you keep it in terms of the company, the small business, et cetera, and so forth. All of your data stays with the company. It doesn't end up on my smartphone or somebody else's smartphone. So it's secure and it's convenient. And it just makes a lot of things possible. And I think we're going to see, within the next couple of years, a lot of small businesses and even larger enterprises are going to come back and say, we went to remote and hybrid and we reduced our costs. We got out of a lease for a big office, in Midtown, and we let go of it.
Sure.
It's saving us this much money every month, right? And you're seeing cost savings for employees because look, let me see, the last job I had before COVID, I was commuting an hour and a half round trip on the subways. That's about $6 round trip, plus whatever I spent on lunch, plus whatever I spent on coffee, right? All of a sudden, I'm home, I'm making my own coffee, I'm cooking my own lunch, and I'm not going anywhere. So all of a sudden, you see like a little bit of an uptick in how much money you're earning every week, every 2 weeks, depending on when you get paid, because your costs have been reduced so drastically.
David, I apologize. We are out of time, but I'd love for you to come back and
No, no,
continue
no.
the
This was
discussion.
wonderful.
I told you 5 minutes is going to go by so fast, but thank you for helping people
No,
work
no, it's great.
smarter and not harder. I think this is fantastic.
Thank you so much. And I'd love to talk to you again anytime. Much appreciated.
Thank, thank you, David. And the rest of you, you're going to want to connect to David. We're going to help you do that. We can help you find him. You can find him by finding us right here at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.